yogis, welcome back to Power and Flow. So for today's class, we're going to be working a little bit more on the vinyasa side, moving fluidly with our breath. For props, you're going to probably need a couple of blocks, especially if you use them for half moon, which will be one of our peak poses. This will also be great for supported warrior 3 if your hands can't make it down to the mat. So grab onto your blocks, and when you're ready, join me on your mat in a seated position. So coming to sit down either on a block or onto your mat. Sitting up nice and tall, close the eyes. Bring the hands to the knees or to the thighs. Rocking forward slightly onto the sit bones. Lifting the chest, crown of the head is reaching up for the sky. Take a moment, observe how the body is feeling today. Take a moment to connect with that breath, which is so important and vital in our vinyasa practice. So slowly start to deepen the breath, lengthening your inhales and exhales. The expansion of the rib cage, not only in the front, but also in through the sides and the back body with every inhale. And as you exhale, the navel draws in slightly and towards the spine. Breath smooth and soft as you expand it a little bit more, and then see if you can make your inhales and your exhales the same length. That can be a 3, 4, 5, maybe if you're a deep breather, 6 count, but keep it comfortable. Your awareness to the breath. Let the mind quiet. Start to notice this connection between the mind, the body, and the breath. This connection to the breath. Keeping your inhales and exhales even. Start to begin our practice by opening the eyes. From here, if you're seated onto a block, we're going to come down onto our backs. We'll start off with the soles of the feet onto the ground, warming up the core a little bit. So as you inhale, reach your arms overhead. And as you exhale, lift the head and shoulders, roll up. Draw the navel in towards the spine. So we're not creating that ab mountain here. We want to keep that flat belly so the navel pressing down, low back is firmly rooted into the mat. Take another full breath in. Exhale, lift a little bit higher. Hold it here, 3 breaths. And as you exhale, lower back down to the mat. Now bring those knees up to 90 degrees, like you're sitting in a chair. Make sure your low back is onto the mat. Arms reach up. As you inhale, extend the left arm overhead, extend the right leg down to hover. Press that low back into the mat. Draw the navel down. Inhale, bring it back to center. Exhale, bring it back to center. Inhale, extend that left leg, right arm. And exhale, back to center. So inhale, extend. Exhale, bring it in. Move at your own pace here. Priming up our core here, which is really important in our balancing poses. We often think it's all legs, but it's also that core stability. It's an integral part of our balancing poses, whether that's standing or arm balances. Take one more on each side here. And then come back to center. Draw the knees into the chest. And take a couple rocks forward and back. Get enough momentum to come all the way into table onto the hands and knees. Okay, from here, let's extend the left leg behind us. So if balance is still something that's a little tricky for you, no worries. You're going to keep those back toes onto the ground and reach the right arm forward. Now, balance is pretty good. You're going to start to lift that left leg, lift the left thigh bone up. Take a deep breath and reach it. As you exhale, curl elbow to knee, round the back. Inhale, reach. Exhale, round. One more time, reach it up. And round. Come back into that long line, reaching as far as you can. Bring the hand down, bring the knee down. Give those hips, give the shoulders a little shake. Give that left wrist a shake as well. Alright, let's extend the right leg behind us this time. So again, balance is something that you're working on. Maybe stay here. Simply reach that left arm forward. Now draw the navel up towards spine. Lift those bottom ribs. And then slowly reach the right leg up. Toes are pointed down towards the ground. Hips are even. So you could put cookie tray back there and it wouldn't fall off your back. Keep lifting the navel up. As you inhale, reach, reach, reach. And as you exhale, curl elbow to knee. Inhale, reach down. Exhale, round. One more time, reach. And round. Now reach the leg, reach the arm. And then place the left hand down. Place that right knee down. Give everything a good little shake. Okay. One last little stretch here before we get going. So we're going to flip the palms over so that the fingers point towards the body. Press the hips back until you feel an opening through your forearms. lean forward, flip one palm over and then the other. Sit back on your heels. Give the wrist a little shake. Take a few circles. So if you need an extra second here, give those wrists a shake. Feel free to do so. And then when you're ready, we're going to find our first downward dog of the day. So hands come back down onto the mat, fingers spread wide, tuck your toes, lift the hips up. And walk out your dog here. Bend the knees. Sway the hips. Now looking at the hands, walk to the top of your mat, finding your forward fold. As you inhale, come up halfway. Draw those shoulder blades together. Exhale, fold. Bend into the knees, reach the arms all the way up for the sky, and bring the hands to heart center. As you inhale, bring the arms halfway up. As you exhale, bring the palms to heart center. Reach up as you inhale. And as you exhale, fold forward. Halfway lift. Plant the hands, step it back into your plank. Drop down to the knees, chest and chin. Baby cobra as you inhale. Exhale, lower. Come through table onto the hands and knees. Tuck your toes, downward facing dog. So this is your modified vinyasa. If you want to take it a little bit easier today, or maybe you're new to the vinyasa format, this is a great option for you. Nice, gentle on the joints, but we're still working all the same muscles. Now look at the hands, walk, step, or hop forward. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Bend into the knees, reach the arms all the way up for the sky. And bring the hands to heart center. Inhale, bring the arms halfway up. Exhale, palms to mid-chest. Reach up. And exhale, fold. Halfway lift. Plant the hands, come back into your plank. So you can drop down to the knees, if not, lean forward and slowly come all the way down to the mat. As you inhale, find your cobra. And as you exhale, make your way back to downward facing dog. Let's do this one more time. Look at the hands. Walk, step, hop, or float forward. Flat back. Exhale, fold. Bend into the knees, reach the arms up for the sky. And bring the hands to heart center. Inhale, arms halfway up. Exhale, bring the palms in. Reach the hands up for the sky. And fold forward. Looking forward as you inhale. Plant the hands, come back into your plank or chaturanga. Let's take our vinyasa. So coming down to the mat or chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or upward dog. And exhale, back to downward facing dog. As you inhale, reach the left leg up for the sky. And as you exhale, knee to nose, round the back. Inhale, reach the leg up for the sky. And as you exhale, step the foot in between the hands. Bring the back foot to a 45, reach the arms up. Warrior one. Hands make it down to the mat. Step your right foot forward. Flat back. And fold. Bend into the knees. Sink those hips down. Chair. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, hands to the sides. Reach up halfway. Exhale, bring those palms in. Reach up for the sky. And fold forward. Look forward as you inhale. Plant the hands, step, jump, or float back into your plank or chaturanga. And take your vinyasa. Meeting back in downward facing dog. For a few breaths here. Now this time reach the right leg up for the sky. And as you exhale, draw the knee in towards the nose. Shift the weight forward, press the ground away. Inhale back to your three-legged dog. And as you exhale, step the foot in between the hands. Bring the back foot to a 45, reach the arms up. Warrior one. Hands make it down to the mat, step the left foot forward. Flat back as you inhale. Exhale, fold. Bend into the knees, sit down into your chair. Inhale, rise up. And exhale, palms to the sides. Now making sure that you have your blocks handy to the top of your mat. So I like to have 2 blocks for this for supported warrior 3. As you inhale, reach your arms up. As you exhale, fold forward. Halfway lift. And exhale, fold. Now come up for a halfway lift. Place the hands onto blocks and make sure the block and the hand is directly underneath the shoulders. From here, look forward. Shift the weight into your right foot. Extend the left leg behind you. Supported warrior 3. Great opportunity here to check your alignment. Look back. Are my toes directly pointing down towards the ground? Often they're going to be out a little bit to the side, so internally rotate that back leg. So look back, make sure they're down, and then lift the heel and the thigh bone without rotating that foot outwards. And then take a nice bend through the front knee. Bring that left foot to a 45, reach the arms up. Warrior one. Bring the hands down to the mat. And as you inhale, reach your right leg up and back into three-legged dog. And as you exhale, step the foot in between the hands. Pivot the back foot parallel to the short edge of your mat. Lift up, warrior 2. So tuck your back toes in a little bit here. So you're really rooting through the outside edge of that back foot. Flip your right palm over, reach it behind, exalted warrior. Keep a bend through that front knee. So hand comes down the leg, or if you have a really nice deep bend through that front knee, you're going to sink it down a little bit lower, finding your half bind. So that left hand is reaching for the inside of the right hip crease. And come back to warrior 2. Straighten the front leg, reach forward. Tip the arms vertically into your triangle. Open the chest. Gather your sit bones forward. And then come back to warrior 2 with a straight leg. Cartwheel the hands to the top of the mat. Pivot onto the ball of the back foot. And step that left foot forward. Halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Bend into those knees, sit down into your chair. Reach the arms up. And bring the hands to the sides. Inhale, arms halfway up. Exhale, bring the palms in. Reach the arms up for the sky. And as you exhale, fold. Flat back. We're going to right away put our hands onto those blocks. Lengthen the spine. Extend the right leg behind us. And check your alignment here. Toes pointed down, so look back. And lift the heel, lift the thigh bone. Reach the crown of the head forward. Supported warrior 3. So you can really feel the engagement here, even though it is a supported fish or supported pose. We're working that back leg really hard and that glute. Slowly bend through the front knee. Bring those right toes down onto the mat. Right foot comes to 45. Arms up. Warrior one. And then bring the hands down to the mat. Foot onto the ball of the back foot. As you inhale, reach the left leg up for the sky. And as you exhale, step the foot in between the hand. Pivot the back foot parallel to the short edge of your mat. Reach the arms up, warrior two. Left knee is tracking over that second and third toe. Really important alignment cue here. So press the knee out to the left a little bit. Don't let it collapse inwards, especially when we come into exalted warrior. So find that deep bend, press the knee out, flip the left palm over, reach it behind. And then come back to warrior two. From here, straighten your front leg, reach forward, and tip the arms vertically into your triangle. Reaching the crown of the head forward. Squeeze that top oblique so you find length through the sides of the waist. It doesn't matter how low you go here, that is not the purpose of this pose. We want to get that nice stretch into the hamstrings and the opening through the chest and the hips. So focus on that here. One more breath. And then come back to center. Cartwheel the hands down to the mat. Step the right foot forward. Flat back as you inhale. Exhale to fold. Reach the arms up for the sky. Bring the hands to heart center. All right, let's start adding a little bit into this sequence. Now, as you inhale, reach your arms up. And as you exhale, fold forward. Halfway lift, plant your hands onto the blocks. Extend the left leg behind you, supported warrior three. So make sure that right hand is underneath the right shoulder. So that block's gonna be a little bit more forward. It's not gonna be next to that right foot. From here, start to open the hips. Shift the weight into your right hand. Slowly, so lift and twist, lift and twist open. Into half moon. Don't worry if you fall out. We're going to do this a couple of times, so that first round might be a little bit wobbly. Now slowly close the hip off. Bring the left hand back down to the ground. Supported warrior three. Bend through the right knee. Bring that left foot to 45. Warrior one. Straighten the front leg. Swoop those hands down to the mat. Pyramid. That right arm reaches forward. And I want you to reach that right arm for the left leg. You got long legs, that hand is not going to touch the leg. You got a bit longer arms, then maybe you will be able to grab onto that left leg. Now I want you to bring that right arm behind the left. Bend at the elbows, find your eagle arms as you bend through the front knee. Warrior one with eagle arms. You can have that double bind, palms touching, or you can grab onto your shoulders, elbows forward and up. Unravel the arms, reach them up for the sky. Bring the hands down to the mat. Pivot onto the ball of your back foot, and as you inhale, reach the right leg up for the sky. And as you exhale, find a 3-point plank. Take your vinyasa here, leg lifted or leg lowered, your choice. As you inhale, cobra upward dog, both feet on the mat. And as you exhale, downward facing dog. Now looking at the hands, walk, step, hop, or float forward. Flat back. And as you exhale, fold. Bend into the knees, fingertips graze the mat, chair. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, bring the hands to the sides. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, fold forward. halfway lift. Bring those hands onto the blocks. And then this time reach the right leg behind you. Get toes pointed down, look back. Lift the heel, lift the thigh bone. Now slowly start to open up the hip, shifting the weight into that left hand. Finding your half moon here. And then slowly closing it off. So close the hip, bring the right hand down to the block, back to supported warrior 3. Bend through the front knee, bring that right foot to a 45, warrior 1. Straighten the front leg, hinge over top of the left leg into your pyramid. And reach that left arm forward and then reach it all the way back, trying to reach for that right leg. I can grab onto my right thigh, but that's about as far as I go. But I'm still reaching, which is deepening the stretch into my hamstrings. Now from here, left hand comes behind the right arm. Eagle arms as I bend through the front knee. And then unravel the arms, reach them up for the sky. Place the hands down onto the mat, pivot onto the ball of the back foot. So you inhale, left leg reaches up for the sky, three-legged dog. Roll forward into a three-point plank. And let's take our vinyasa. Now looking at the hands, walk, step, or hop forward. Flat back. Exhale, fold. Bend into the knees, chair. Inhale, rise up. And exhale, hands to the sides. Let's keep adding a little bit more. Reach the arms up. As you exhale, fold forward. Flat back. Plant the hands onto the blocks, reach the left leg behind you, supported warrior 3. From here, open it up into your half moon, so weight into that right hand. Point the toes towards that left wall. And then slowly close it off. Back to supported warrior 3. Bend through the front knee, bring the left toes to 45. From here, straight away, hands come down to the mat, press the hips back into your pyramid. Right arm reaches forward and reach it back. Bring the right arm behind the left, eagle arms, warrior 1. Now make sure your feet are hip width apart here. So you can swivel those hips forward and there's no jarring into those hips. Take a full breath in, reach the arms up. And as you exhale, right shoulder to the inside of the right knee, humble warrior. So we're not on top of the leg here. Crown of the head is reaching forward, so are those elbows. So we feel that opening and this widening through the upper back. Right down through your feet, one more breath. And as you inhale, come back up to standing, release the arms, reach them up for the sky. Hands make it down to the mat. Pivot onto the ball of the back foot. As you inhale, reach the right leg up towards the sky. Bend the knee. Stack the hips. Fire hydrant. From here, let's drop those toes all the way to the left. Sink your hips back. Open the chest. Open the hips so that we're facing up towards the sky. And then press up into your wild thing. And then from here, place the right hand down to the mat. Inhale back to three-legged dog. Roll forward into a three-point plank. Take your vinyasa. Looking at the hands, walk, step, or hop forward. Flat back as you inhale. Exhale to fold. Bend into the knees, sit down into a chair. Inhale, rise up. As you exhale, hands to the sides. Reach up, nice big circle with the arms. Exhale, fold forward. Halfway lift, plant the hands onto the block. This time reach the right leg behind you. Supported warrior 3. Shift the weight into that left foot, into the left hand, opening it up into half moon. Open the chest, squeeze through the top oblique, and then close it off back to supported warrior 3. Bend through the front knee, right foot comes to a 45, slide the hands back as you straighten the front leg, pyramid. Left hand reaches forward, and then reach it all the way back. And then bring the left arm behind the right. Bend through the front knee. Eagle arms, warrior 1. So again, make sure those feet are hip width apart so they're not one behind the other. Opposite train tracks. There's room between the hips here. Take a full breath in as you reach the arms up. And as you exhale, left shoulder to the inside of the left knee. Humble warrior. Humbling pose, that's for sure. Really working into those quads. So find a nice deep bend through the front knee as you reach the arms, reach the crown of the head forward. One more breath here, you got this. And then as you inhale, press into the feet, lift the arms up, release them up for the sky. And plant the hands down onto the mat. Pivot onto the ball of the right foot, and as you inhale, reach the left leg up and back, bend the knee, stack the hips, fire hydrant. And then drop those toes all the way down to the right, shifting the weight into that right hand. So again, open the chest, open the hips towards the sky, and then press up into your wild thing. And then from here, slowly bring the left hand down to the mat, reach that left leg up towards the sky. 3-point plank, take your vinyasa. Looking at the hands, walk, step, hop, or float forward. Flat back as you inhale. Exhale to fold. Bend into the knees, chair. Inhale, rise up. And exhale, arms to the sides. Let's do this one more time, adding a little bit more into our final round. As you inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Flat back as you inhale, plant the hands onto the blocks. If you don't need the blocks, you don't have to for this round. So we're gonna reach that left leg up towards the sky. Shift the weight into the right foot, into the right hand. Half moon. And then slowly close the hip off. Bring the left hand back down, supported warrior 3. Bend through the front knee. Bring those left toes onto the mat to a 45. Slide the hands back, pyramid. Reach that right arm forward, and then reach it all the way back for that left leg. Bring the right arm behind the left arm. Bend the arms, eagle arms, warrior 1. Full breath in. Exhale, humble warrior. Right shoulder to the inside of the right knee. Press into those feet, come back up to standing, release the arms up to the sky. Place the hands onto the mat, pivot onto the ball of the back foot. As you inhale, reach the left leg up to the sky. Bend the knee, stack the hips, fire hydrant. And drop those right toes all the way to the left. Press the hips up into wild thing. Okay, here's where we're adding a little bit. I want you to engage through your core here. Get light onto those back toes. And press up into a side plank. So feet can be stacked or maybe lifted. And then slowly draw that right knee in towards the chest. Place the right hand down onto the mat. And then pivot onto the knife edge of your back foot. Shift the weight into your right hand. Kick the foot out to the side. Fallen star. Foot can be on the ground or it can be lifted here. Bend the knee. Place the left hand down to the mat. Inhale. Right leg reaches up for the sky. As you exhale, step the foot in between the hands. Bring that back foot to a 45. Warrior one. Hands make it back down to the mat. Step the left foot forward. Flat back. Exhale, fold. Bend into the knees. Reach the arms up. Warrior one. Last side here, reach the arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Flat back, plant the hands onto the blocks. Lift the right leg up for the sky. Supported warrior three. Open it up, shift the weight into your left foot. Open up, half moon. And then from here, close it off. Bring the right hand back down, close off those hips, supported warrior three. Slowly bend through the front knee. Right foot comes to a 45, slide the hands back, pyramid. Left arm reaches forward and then reach it all the way back. Left arm comes behind the right, bend at the elbows. Eagle arms, warrior one legs. Full breath in, reach those arms up. As you exhale, lower down, humble warrior. Left shoulder to the inside of the left knee. Keep reaching forward here, don't round through the back. Reach the arms back up, reach them up to the sky. Hands make it down to the mat. Pivot onto the ball of the back foot. As you inhale, reach the left leg up towards the sky. Bend the knee, stack the hips, fire hydrant. Then drop those left toes behind you. Sink the hips down, press it up. Wild thing. Feeling a little wild and spicy? Give this a go. Get light onto your toes. And press it up into your side plank. And then draw the knee into the chest. And then slowly bring the left hand down onto the mat. Pivot onto the inside edge of that back foot. Kick the foot out to the right. Into our fallen star, fallen tree. Again, leg can be lifted or it can be down onto the ground. Now draw the knee into the chest first and then place the right hand down to the mat. As you inhale, reach the left leg up for the sky. And as you exhale, step the foot in between the hand. Back foot comes to a 45. Reach those arms up. Warrior one. Hands make it down to the ground. Step the right foot forward. Flat back as you inhale. Exhale to fold. Reach the arms all the way up to the sky. Bring the hands to heart center. Let's close it out with one final vinyasa. Reach up. Exhale, fold. Flat back. Plant the hands, come back into your plank or chaturanga. And take your flow. And once you're done, drop down to the knees. Swing those legs around. Stellar job. That is a fast moving flow. Lots of work onto those legs. So let's give them a little bit of a stretch here. Swing those legs around. Legs are straight. Toes are pointed up for the sky. As you inhale, reach the arms up. And as you exhale, fold forward any amount. Now if it's nighttime when you're doing this video, feel free to round through the back. This is going to tell the body it's time for rest. If you're doing this earlier in the day, you want to keep it active by reaching the chest forward, keeping that back fairly flat. So we're not activating our parasympathetic system here. Just slow down the breath, bring that heart rate down. Slowly roll back up. Take the legs as wide as is comfortable. And again, if you're ready for bedtime, you're going to make this more yin style by placing the blocks in front of you, placing the forehead down onto the block. If it's early into the day, place blocks to the inner thighs. Sit up tall and then slowly hinge forward onto your sit bones, walking those fingertips forward. And then you can press the elbows into the thighs if you're using blocks, or simply arms reaching forward. Toes pointed up, so no internal or external rotation. We've done plenty of that today. And then walk the hands back. Move the blocks off to the side. Bring the hands to the insides of the knees. Bring the soles of the feet together. Scooch forward, so shorten up your diamond shape. Hands come to the sides. Sit up nice and tall. Press those knees down. And then bring those knees back together. Make sure there's enough room behind you to roll down. Let's reach those fingertips forward and make it down onto our backs. Oh, that feels real good. Okay, from here, bring those knees to 90 degrees. Let the heels dangle towards the butt and just place the hands on the kneecap so that the knees stay directly over top of the hips. Give it a moment, allowing the spine to come back into that neutral shape. From here, bring the soles, the feet down onto the mat. Take the feet a little bit wider. Bring the arms to the sides. Finding your final Shavasana. Take these few minutes. Let the body relax after all that hard work. Also give the mind a couple of minutes of quiet. Back into your body, wiggling your fingers and your toes. Give the head a little rock no from side to side. And reach your arms overhead, point the toes forward. Give yourself a big stretch. And slowly roll onto your right hand side. Eyes light as you press yourself up into a seated position. Hands come to heart center. Take a moment to thank yourself for making it through these 45 minutes. It's been a pleasure sharing with you one of my favorite flows today. Have a good rest of the day, and we'll see you again soon. Namaste.